G'day and Happy New Year. I'm Andrew Marshall with the Northern Australia Climate Program at the University of Southern Queensland. And this is a short summary of the Bureau of Meteorology's climate outlook for the northern half of Western Australia for the weeks and months ahead, issued in the last few days of January 2026. So we'll take a look at these rainfall outlooks to begin with, starting with the outlook scenarios you see here. And these are the rainfall totals that have a 75% chance of occurring for your region. So looking ahead to the 3 months from February to April, we're seeing a 75% chance of up to about 50 millimetres for large parts of the Gascoyne and up to 100 millimetres or so for parts of the Pilbara, up to 200 millimetres or so for southern parts of the Kimberley, and more than 300 millimetres for large parts of the northern Kimberley. And don't forget to use this magnifying glass feature here to drill deeper into the forecast. And you can specify your location of interest there to break the forecast down into the chance of different rainfall amounts occurring. And this gives you an idea of how conditions are likely to be compared to the historical median. And your local climate mate will be happy to go through this with you in more detail. Now we'll look at the temperatures, and the differences from average for maximum temperature here show mostly warmer conditions for the northern half of WA, except around the northern Kimberley region for the 2 weeks from the 5th to the 18th of February. And here the average is calculated over the 1981 to 2018 period for this time of year. And for minimum temperature, we're also expecting warmer than average conditions over that 2-week period. Now looking at the chance of extremes map for the 3 months from February to April, and we're seeing an elevated chance of unusually warm days and nights across Western Australia, across much of the state. And by unusually warm, we mean the highest 20% of historical temperature records for this time of year based on that 1981 to 2018 period. Now, remember that these long-range forecasts for rainfall and temperature do provide the best guidance for local climate, and that is our focus as always. And these forecasts consider all ocean and atmosphere conditions that affect seasonal weather and climate. But if you are interested in some of the climate indicators that can influence forecasts, we'll have a quick look at these. And the sea surface temperatures in the Australian region were the 3rd warmest on record for December, and they remain warmer than average in the forecast for the 3 months from February to April, as you can see here. And that's particularly notable in the Tasman Sea. Now, warmer oceans can provide increased moisture and energy, and that can enhance the severity of storms, cyclones, and rain systems. Now, a weak La Nina continues in the tropical Pacific, and the Bureau's model is predicting a return to neutral in February, and this timing aligns with most international models assessed. Now, the Indian Ocean dipole has returned to neutral, and this is typically inactive from December through to April. Now, the Madden-Julian Oscillation, or the MJO, was strong over the Western Pacific in late January, but has since weakened and is forecast to regain some strength over the Indian Ocean in early February. And the Southern Annular Mode now, or the SAM, was in its positive phase at times through January, and it's forecast to be neutral through most of February. And now turning to the pasture growth outlook from long paddock for the 3 months from January to March, we're expecting to see pasture growth across Northern Australia as shown here, with some areas of high, medium and low growth predicted across different regions in the coming months. And finally, don't forget to visit the NACP Cattle Comfort Index prototype forecasts at nacp.org.au for information on how heat stress conditions are likely to vary over Northern Australia in the days ahead. And you can explore other forecast products there and read a whole lot more about the Northern Australia Climate Program. As always, for more information and updates, visit the Bureau's climate pages at bom.gov.au/climate. If you have any questions about recent conditions or the use of weather and climate forecasts, please reach out to your local climate mate. See you next month.